so... We are live, right? To the right Twitch channel, to the right place. Okay, we are. We are. Perfect. Yeah, remove that. I don't need that. We also don't need the Spotify playing. That's fine. The what's it called? The follower goal seems to be off. It says 291. We're currently at 284. So ignore that for the time being. It'll be fine. But anyway, welcome everyone to Music Mondays. It's good to be back. Actually, I forgot to change the title, so we're gonna go ahead and do that very quickly. Welcome, Apple. Welcome. Music Mondays, and then hang on, I forgot to put the commands back in. Exclamation point Spotify. Exclamation point music. Cool. Okay. Perfect. There we go. All right, welcome. Today we're going to be working on the Deep Space OST. If you guys aren't familiar with that, we've been working on it for about a year at this point. It includes the track Messages from Deep Space, and is one of my personal like magnum opuses that I've been working on. So I'm quickly moving stuff around. Let's make sure that the audio is working very quickly. Okay, cool. That looks like it's working. All right. Okay, cool. That's even better. Yeah, you'll have to see that starting off. Before we actually hang on, I think I forgot to do something. Oh yeah, I did. That would have been pretty bad. To have that on the wrong page. Not that there's anything bad on it, but I had some apps that were open that should not have been opened because they are causing problems. Okay. Before we do that, I actually want to go over one thing that I was working on this week. Don't save. So, I haven't been doing a whole lot of streams in terms of like the schoolwork that I've been working on, but this is a really interesting one. So, I was tasked with writing a piece of music for a snippet of like a game. So I was talking to Bug. I was like, "Hey, what game should I do?" And he said you should do Ghost Runner, Ghost Runner 2. So that's what I ended up doing. I got some gameplay from Ghost Runner 2. I started just watching through it, looking at the combat, looking at how it felt, and then I was like, okay, I actually kind of like the feel of this. So I'm going to go ahead and use my track Trails of Information. I believe I released that almost 2 years ago. And the point of this exercise was that I had to create a vertical mix of stuff. That sounds confusing at first, but let me show you. This is more of a demonstration. Let's make sure that everything is good. We're going to start off right here at the main melody. So this is layer 1. Imagine you're just running around doing who knows what. And then you start wall running. And then let's say, for example, you get into combat. And then, but wait, you stop running. And we just keep switching between these. It's a very interesting concept, one that I haven't really properly worked on. But still one that's actually really cool. So let's say you're not doing anything. It's got a pulse. It's got just a simple melody. Something on the more mute side of things. Versus if you were to start um, doing something really epic in game, then you get the melody back. Full melody back. And then when you're in combat, you throw in that final layer. And then it fades out. That fades out and we're back to square one. I don't know. I think that was a cool concept. I really enjoyed making that. It's more of just I really don't know how to describe it other than yeah, it's like vertically stacking music on top of each other and just pulling stuff in, pulling stuff out, putting stuff in, constantly switching stuff around. Stuff like that. I have a Unity project file which we could probably open up later. But for now, I think that's where we're going to leave it. Okay, so what we're doing today is we're going back to the wonderful world of the Deep Space OST. I was thinking, so I was looking around, I was taking a look at our project document for this and like sort of the outline and everything. I'm not really liking the idea of the build spaceship type part. I think that it's probably best if we just dive straight in from receive transmission to asteroid field. I think that's just how it works. Which then, if that's the case, what we're going to be working on today is journey through Planet 1. So, we were called here is landing on Planet 1 and just sort of looking around. Now we're going to create the environment of like an alien planet and the world's hidden inside it. So that's going to be our goal for today. What are we going to call it? I guess, probably if I had to guess, I would say maybe this is I'd say this is an experiment track. We'll call this Planet 1, just for now. Until we find out a proper name, it's going to be called Experiment Planet 1. So, don't say, we didn't do anything. So what we're doing right now is creating a track to go along with exploring deep, rich chasms with resources, and more importantly, hieroglyphics telling the story of a civilization far more advanced. Message from Deep Space will be about the hieroglyphs. We got to figure out how we're getting there. How's it going? It's going. We just started stream. Quickly discussed what I did over the weekend per homework. All right, I want to quickly look up just something for like a visual. Let's look up concept art and just see what we can find. Something chasmy. Let's just see what we can find. Looking for... Wait, hang on a second. I recognize that. We worked on that. Anyway. Get more for environmental, because we're also getting character concept art here. Yeah, let's do environmental. Environment concept art. Whoa, this looks weird. This looks real weird. Okay. Here, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to play some music while we look, just from the Deep Space OST. So it's not done yet, but it's in a state where we are able to share it. Okay. I like something like this for Planet 2. I was tossing around the idea of like Planet 2 being a barren landscape. Considering Planet, this is the concept art for Planet 1. This is where where I got the phrase blue sky from. The fact that this sky is so beautiful, and filled with like rich blue stars. But now I'm looking for the exact opposite of that. I'm looking for something that's brisk, cold, and sharp. And I want to preface this: we are not stealing concept art. We are using it as a basis for music and a launching point for an idea. I feel like that gets very misconstrued whenever we do a concept art stream. The point of a concept art stream is to find a focal point of inspiration and weave out a whole web from that singular point. We are not using that point in the web at all. We are creating a web from it, and then it's pretty much like you're able to remove that initial point and it'll still freestand. Whoa, that looks cool. No, it's Bungie, that's why. Yeah, I'm really looking for something to mix with what we already have. Okay, I think that's kind of a little bit too much. Maybe? I think I like the direction that we're heading here. Yeah, I could imagine something like this, where you have that dark sense, but it's still, like, ominous. Like, you don't really know what to expect from it. Okay, that's wizards. I'm not looking for something wizard-esque. Maybe more sci-fi-esque. Maybe this. I wouldn't mind using this as a reference. Just something to base it off of is the most important part of this whole process. Okay, maybe not this one. Well, maybe. I want to take a look at our options here, because the people that do this stuff on DeviantArt, fantastic. And I love how you can see who it's by as well. So, for example, Cave by EWKN on DeviantArt. By Miro Johannes. This is beautiful. Holy crap, that is awesome. That is also really cool. I like these designs a lot. Okay, this is something interesting for the second planet. I like this one. The caves are all so cool. They really are. People are extremely talented. It is awesome. But I'm thinking of something like this. Something... Okay, this is leaning more towards what I would imagine Magic of the Forest to have. So I'm not looking for something fantasy-esque. I'm looking for something more natural or sci-fi. This one looks interesting. Yeah, I'm really liking this one for the Planet 2. This is beautiful stuff, man. I cannot get over these color palettes, and especially when you click on one of these and it just references a bunch of others. Holy crap. So many talented people in DeviantArt. I'm looking for something, though, that, like, reflects that there was something down here. I like a look at this one. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a sucker for blue hues. Especially in nature. Holy crap, they look amazing. I think this would correlate well with the concept art that we chose for what's it called? For the song that we're listening to right now. We Were Called Here. Let me quickly... I'm gonna pull it up again just so we can compare. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. And I think that's the most important part. So what that means is, music-wise, we have to take this sort of track, spin it a little bit, in order to bridge the gap between, sort of get like a point A, point B, how do we get there? I feel like that's sort of a really big point in soundtracks that if you're... Some people just don't do. Because you're telling a story. And so it's really important that when you're telling the story, you tell it in a way that makes sense when you're connecting the pieces. Because if we were to jump from this track, this beautiful sounding track, it's got beautiful harmonies, beautiful soundscapes. Very... What's the word I'm looking for? Very symphonic, with like the violin strings as the bass, and like the soft bass, giving like a pulsating feeling, and the use of synths every now and then. Versus when you just dive straight into Message from Deep Space. It's so dark, pulsy, heavy. You're like, how do we get here? So that's going to be what we're going to try and do today with this track. We're going to figure out how we're going from We Were Called Here to Message from Deep Space. Especially when you reach points like this, where you have this very big symphonic sound. And the transitions are so important. So that's... I'm so looking forward, because I'm already getting some inspiration based off this image. And okay, so I'm going to tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to purposefully screenshot this with the bottom part here that says what it is, who it's by, and where you can find it. Because that is very important to me. I want to make sure that people get credited for their art whenever I can and whenever I see that. So I'm just going to... I'm going to send that to myself. I'm going to put that under my concept art stuff. And then we'll go ahead and we'll put it on the stream. Okay. Here, I'll keep playing the music while we do this. Reference image, we're going to swap that out. It is not the... There we go, okay. How's that looking? Is that looking good? Is that readable? Let me sure it's readable very quickly. Because I have no idea if that is. Looks good to me. I can read it. Alright, perfect. Awesome. So now we can start. We can start the cool stuff, which is writing a song. I'm actually going to go ahead. I'm going to throw in the audio files for We Were Called Here and Message from Deep Space to remember, just so we can keep those anchor points firmly secure. Because I feel like when we get knee deep into this, we are going to be completely forgetting our roots. So let's make sure that we get those in here. Message. I'll put an M3. The MP3, why not? And We Were Called Here. Alright, perfect. Oh, no. Don't play both of those at the same time. That's going to be awful. Alright, I think we need to start getting some instruments in. Some of our main ensemble here, which is the important part. First, we need... Oh, what was it? It's Waiting for the Horizon. Except we take off the breathy harmonica. And it's really low most of the time. Okay, that's weird. Seems we're having some sample problems. Let's take a look at what's happening there. Oh, well, yeah, okay. That makes more sense. Okay. Should we start a document for this? Maybe, maybe not. I think we might be fine here. So, some things we need to remember. This is a darker song, a darker track. It's probably not going to be very intense, but it's going to be starting to build up the ideas to Message from Deep Space. You know what would be cool? Is if we started it off with... and it faded in to Message in Deep Space. Oh, I would love if we could do that. That would be so cool. So hype. Oh, would love if we could do something cool like that. We will have to see, though. Well, no. That's okay. I didn't want to input monitor that anyways. I don't know why that happened. Okay, so this is good. Yeah, it's just that slow tempo. But yeah, it works. Okay. We got that. Next, we need strings. What strings are we using? That's the question. I think I know. But maybe we should check just in case. Is it these? Why am I liking that? I love when one song fades into another. I love it too. It's so cool when that happens, and it's just such a seamless experience. I love it. Man, do I have water? I don't have water. I think I had something that I needed to do. So give me a quick second, chat. I will be right back. I have a task that needs to get done, and we'll be back and we will start this momentarily. Uno momento. I've returned with water. Sorry, Chad. That took a little bit longer than I was expecting. All right. So, we are currently thinking about what to write. We got the strings. We also are using horns quite a bit, so I'm going to go ahead and get horns in here. I don't think we're going to end up using the horns, but there's a good chance that we might. Brass, yeah. Because I think, once again, about the transitions. We also need soft ambient piano from Omnisphere. Maybe mini grand piano. It'll depend on what exactly we're doing. Sorry, I was pulling my phone out of my pocket. I wait for you to play. Or to load. Sorry, to load. Any day now, Audio Majestica would be great. Thank you for your cooperation. It shall be duly noted whenever I decide to thank you, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to make stuff to keep the stream somewhat interesting. The problem with writing things from scratch on stream is that sometimes it could just be a silent like moment for a bit. I don't know if that's interesting or not. I don't know if just being silent and working is interesting at all. Come on. So close. So close. Did you do it? Yes! Okay, we did it. Hooray, hooray, hooray. Alright, sustains. I'm going to start marking this stuff down so I remember what we have. This is Omnisphere. I don't mind silent streams, honestly. It gives me something to watch as I work on other things. Okay, okay. Noted. It can be productive. It's definitely productive for me, but I know it's not as entertaining. So, I'll definitely, like, see if people are actually interested in stuff like that. Maybe that means I will start doing bonus live streams earlier in the day. No face cam, just me straight working. So it'll have very little commentary. Might not even address chat all that much, but it will be just pure work stream. Zoned in, focused on the music, just working as we go. I might consider that. This is waiting for the horizon. This one is... I forget what you are. I should not have that here, actually. That's a bad idea. That's actually a really bad idea. I'm moving the headset. Okay, it's on the ground. Honestly, I'd watch that as I work on my homework and other stuff. Okay, okay. I'll definitely take that into consideration. What are you? Your strings, that's right. Adagio. Was it? Did we choose bright? I'm gonna do warm anyways. Warm strings. Yeah, we'll do warm. Transparent. I'm gonna check the file very quickly because I actually don't remember what we were using for that. Where is it? Message. Indeed space. Yeah, save changes. I want all that stuff there when we get back. I just gotta figure out what strings we're using. I like how I have a little reminder that I like DM'd myself on Discord saying exactly what instruments were used in this particular song, and I still refuse to look at it. I actually go into the project file itself and open it. Oh my goodness gracious. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, yeah, Majestica Brass. I think I forgot to put that one in. Either that or I put it under something else. Okay, strings, strings, strings. Where are you? Right here. I was right. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. I love the string part. I just gotta admire it for a tiny second. I just realized how many clips are in this. Holy crap. Sorry, I had to I had to quickly admire the strings because they are beautiful. I mean, maybe if I had an actual okay, I always think about making this track and Magic of the Forest into full orchestral recordings. I would love to do that. Just someday, I would love to like get a Philharmonic Orchestra to record this, and I would literally die happy. Like that would be the greatest moment of my life. Don't save. Now we gotta wait for that to close. We gotta wait for the next one to open because we're trying to restore a contact plugin. Ah, we have to restore the brass, which is a task in and of itself. I don't know what it is about that particular file, not file. What are you? You are contact. Majestica brass. Okay, perfect. Just so I remember where it came from. What else do we need? Probably Decimated Memories if I wanted to keep it in the same vein. So that was from Omnisphere. Decimated Memories. We might not use it, but it's always nice to have. Next one, we're going to be getting the Ego in here from Exhale. Wherever it may be. This one's also going to take a hot second to load, so give it a second or two. There we go. Looking for the Ego. Where is it? Did I miss it? Where is it? Is it like 60 something? Oh, don't make me look up what the number is on it. I didn't change anything to the preset, so sure. Yeah, so that's cool. Right, that's the zoo, the sirens. Wave, Shimmer, Invincible, Hand Drum, Inner Self, Whitewood, Skyscraping, Time Traveler. What does Time Traveler sound like? If I were to put myself into a track. Sounds pretty cool in all honesty. That bass? Okay. Glaciers? I suppose it's not the Time Traveler, it's the Traveler. Wow, my eyes are broken. Where is it? There it is, 176. Okay, not you. I need... Oh, what was it? I would know if I saw... There we go, that's it. Okay, what am I listening to exactly? If I wanted to decrease the rate... No, that has to stay up. But you, on the other hand, I could change you. I think delays are the problem here. Okay, hang on. I need to quickly export my settings from another document. Which one would it be? It would probably be Edge of Exploration. I think that one has the best one. So we're just going to export that and we're going to use that preset for the rest of the thing. Rest of the project. Where are you? Right here. Perfect. Save a new preset. I'm actually going to call this Time Traveler. The Time Traveler. I don't know. Just think it's funny. Alright, perfect. So we have that now. Wait, was it saved as 176? No, okay, the ego's still here. But the Time Traveler is a different one at the very end of it. Okay. That works. That does work. We'll go ahead and we'll save that. We'll go back to Planet 1. And we'll go ahead and pull it up. Why did you do that? There was no need for you to do that. Okay. No. No, 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 no. There we go. There we go. Oh, is that a range? I don't know. Just messing around with stuff right now. Okay. So we have that. That's pretty important. We have decimated memories, right? What did we... Was it the... I need to listen. I'll need to go back and see exactly what settings I used, because I think that one's a little interesting. What else do we want? It's gonna probably be from Omnisphere. Let me take a look at what other samples we used. What was that in references? Yeah, it was in references. Just gotta find out where it is now. No, that's World of My Design. That's not... Okay, here it is. Retro... What is Retro Strum 1? I gotta figure that out. I remember. That's the transition I used. That's... Okay. Yeah, no, that's not actually something I want to use. Maybe Beginning of Time? I don't know about that one. That one might be a little too intense. Like, I could see this trying to work in somewhere, but I think that would have to be like a real tight fit. Considering we're going for the cave sound, I think that would be the real... That's the main reason I'm pushing for this sound. Because I could do like a... Whoa, I didn't know I could do that. Okay, that's kind of cool. I can't lie. That's kind of cool. Okay, I'll keep it, but I'm not sure if it's staying. What was this again? Decimated Memories. You are the ego. That's what I'm gonna change actually. It's not contact, it's 8DO. It's like an Omnisphere, 8DO, exhale, you are Omnisphere. Beginning of Time. Next. What else do we want? Oh, we need the piano. That's right. Okay, and we'll probably start with the piano first. Just something to lay our groundworks on, and then from there go and spruce it up, doing more and more. So I think that's the direction that we're leaning in. All right, let's start working. Let's start cooking. So first off, I want to think about a chord progression. I have a few saved, so I'm actually going to go ahead and scroll through my Instagram and see what strikes me for this particular case. This is hopeful chords. That is way too loud. Holy crap. Can I turn that down? Volume mixer. Shoop. Oh, my bad. Shoop. I want the Google Chrome volume down. There we go. Is that better? Somewhat better. Okay. Okay, interesting. I'm trying to find something that's just... something that just sparks an interest. What's it? Inspiration. E minor to B minor to C to G. No, I don't know. Okay, hang on. I kind of got inspired just straight off of that F minor chord. So I think that's probably where we're going to start off. Just... Holy crap, I did not know that was still on. What are you doing? Pro Tools, what are you doing? Where did I fix it? Is it here? MIDI controls? No, it's not here. Where is it? Preferences? Mixing MIDI? Is it here? Yeah, automatically create click track in a new session. Nah, actually, that's a bad idea. I don't use a click track for most of my stuff, so I'd rather just bring it in when needed. Where is it? What am I looking for? F11 is wait for note. Double clicking goes to MIDI editor. There we go. That's what I need to change. So then if I do that, I do that again. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, something about the F minor chord just really spoke to me. Let's change that to an A flat. Let's do it. Let's change. All right, so this is now our scale. I love the chord progression. I'm gonna go ahead and record that. Hang on. I don't even remember how I did it, but we're just gonna try it. Something about that's just really nice. I really like that. I do too. Especially because it's meshing well with what we have on our concept art. I don't think that was the chord we wanted. What was it? Yeah, no, that was it. Oh, hang on. That doesn't look like it. What was it? It was. Yeah, okay, so the fifth falls down one, but it stays on the B flat here. So that creates a suspended chord. Whoops, hang on. That's not supposed to be like that. There we go. Nope, something's not right. Is it this? Nope, also not right. What is supposed to be moving? That's what it is. Okay, hang on. Let's try this. what are we at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We need... I feel like this all needs to move back like this. Wait, okay, hang on. I actually kind of like that chord progression. Okay, so this is the base of everything that we're working on. It sounds like this. What I want is for a really beautiful, like, slow melody on top of this. And then also maybe some bass action underneath it. I would need to mess around with stuff, so I think that actually might be what we're going to do now. First off, this is all like an octave too high. Something like that. So then that altogether would be... If we did that as well... What if we switch this out? Or do something like that, maybe? I don't know, hang on, let's try this. No. It's not working. What about... I don't know, something like up there? Very contrasting. I kind of like it. But also, I don't think it really fits the song. I think we're gonna just have to stick with the regular E chord here. E flat. Because I can imagine that being really cool on, like, the brass. Let's try it. Okay, I see you just don't want to work today. That's cool. Yeah, okay, I'm liking that chord progression. I'm liking it a lot. I would like that the piano feels so calming. I love it so much. I do too. Which is why I think I'm not going to go with the piano all that much during this track. See, because, okay, it's not evoking the right feeling that I wanted to. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong. Like, honestly, I would love to hear a whole piece of the piano just with this chord progression. But the problem is that we're trying to build something... We're trying to build something the complete opposite direction. It's supposed to be very unsettling in a way, very, but still at its core somewhat alluring. You're curious to know what's beyond it. So I think the chord progression is good. The instrument just needs to change. Holy crap! Tabby, thanks so much for the raid! Welcome on in, Moonfox! How's everyone doing today? Welcome on in. We're currently writing some new music. For those of you who don't know, hi, my name is Time Traveler, also known as Noah Rona. I'm a music composer for film, TV, and video games. Also happens to be what I'm majoring in. Very cool chord progression. Thank you, thank you. We're discussing the ideas that we're trying to get. So, this chord progression is very beautiful. Very good. Hope you're doing well. I am, Tabby. How are you doing? Like, this is a very beautiful chord progression. Like, let's just take a listen to this for those who just rated in. It's beautiful. I love it. But we are writing a track where we are exploring deep, rich chasms with resources, and more importantly, hieroglyphics telling stories of a civilization that was far more advanced than we could ever hope. So we're in the completely wrong direction right now. And I think what it's really going to come down to is we need the proper instrumentation. So once we get the idea, the base idea of like what we want sonically, like music-wise, then we can start building it out sonically with like the instruments. Doing good. Ooh, and ooh, very atmospheric. Thank you. It's really beautiful. And we have a piece of concept art down here that we're sort of referencing for this. I wouldn't call this a full-on concept art stream. Usually for those, I'll have a timer going like for an hour, and we'll see like what we can get done. But this is like just purely for reference as we build, because one thing I realized is that I have visions in my head that don't necessarily translate as I'm building it, or as I'm building a track. So I thought, okay, having something visual would really help for people to see as we're putting this together. So I figured it'd be easier to follow along with. From people who listen to my music and are like, oh, like a visual would go really nice with this. So that's what we're doing. But yeah, so we're currently working on this. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. That's no longer needed. So that's going to stay there for now. Time to do some shopping, as I like to call it. AKA just perusing sounds, soundscapes, synths, stuff like that. Just to see exactly what we're working with. And to see exactly what I did not order an aux. Give me contact. I got one in particular that I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of a soundscape that sort of starts this all off. Something really sci-fi and, like, not from Earth sounding. Something like this. Although I want a little bit more depth to it. So let's say maybe adding a bass to it. I don't know. Something to play with. Let's try it. Starting off with just a root note. Bring it all in. And then... I would say even... I don't know. What if we... I want to bring this out to measure 5. What we're going to do is we're just going to basically get the first chord going of that progression. And then we're going to bring it down. Just without the first one. Let's see how this sounds. I'm curious. Okay, I have an idea here. Where is it? It's like a square evolution, something like that. Evolution square. I know what I'm looking for. I just don't know the name of it. Square organ evolution. That's it. That's the one I'm looking for. I want to hear what this sounds like on it. We're doing auditions right now. Okay, I love this one just because of how it moves through the headphones. Very ethereal. I love it. That's awesome. I love doing stuff like this. Okay, now time to think about like what exactly we need versus what exactly we want. Okay, that's pretty cool. That is that's pretty cool. I love when things move from ear to ear. I do too. That's one of my favorite things about writing instrumental stuff like this is that sometimes there's just something that just goes back and forth, and it's just so cool to listen to with headphones, or to listen in a surround sound, or not surround sound, a studio stereo. My bad. So the left-right panning, so you're able to hear it, versus listening from like a phone speaker and just hearing just the mono output of it. Okay. My question is now, what does this sound like? Piling them both on. That's a very interesting tone. Because we got the low end synth with like a bunch of distortion versus the high end up here, which is just sort of phasing throughout the different notes. It's very interesting. We need a new instrument here. One of my go-tos. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and make it a bass line. Very dark and ominous. Okay, let's hear that again. Okay, that's too high. That's way too high. I love that. It's sounding good. It's sounding pretty decent right now. But once again, I'm trying to make sure that we stay rooted, that our anchor points are rooted. So going from We Were Called here, which is we're still missing a lot of those elements, as well as Message from Deep Space. One thing I am really liking about this is that we're getting that dark tone already. We haven't done a whole lot, but the fact that that dark, rich tone is there is giving us a really nice lead into Message from Deep Space, which will sound really good in the end. Okay, I think that's it for now. Alright, I just want to hear it on these strings. I want to see how it sounds. I think that sounds pretty good. I'm liking the way that's sounding, although I want that to be emphasized a little more. Let's hear it again. Yeah, I'm liking that. It sounds really good on the strings. I believe that's the richness bass under that. Oh, how could I forget? Silly me, I forgot one of our main instruments here. One of our real big main instruments here. How could I forget this one? It's the Irish harp. But with a twist. I gotta actually find out what the settings are again. I keep forgetting every single time we do this. Okay, so it is a basic Irish harp synth. But on top of it, we throw... Which one's first? Sci-fi? Sci-fi first. Freak mod, we set it to 466.2 hertz, which is up here. Depth is 14%, about. What is it? LFO 6.2 hertz. And the depth for this is 0%. Alright. Perfect. And then we throw a talk box on it. And that gives us our perfect. All right, now we've got everything, pretty much everything we need to start a track, which is good. Very good, very good. All right. So, now that we have that in, what are we going to do melody-wise, melodically? We've got a lot of stuff here, and I kind of want to start taking stuff out. So, this already sounds good on its own. Let me hear it without this. Sorry, didn't realize I hit the mic. Out of curiosity, I kind of want to... I'm going to start messing with tempo a bit, because I want to see what we can get from, like, let's say a 128. Something just a tiny bit faster. Alright, let's do the same thing here. I want to audition the bass line a bit. fast. Although I did just change it. Let's set it back to 120 just temporarily. You can say that I'm the biggest fan of that. Let's try this one. I like it a little better, in all honesty. Maybe because I'm just really liking how that bass sounds. But now I gotta think about, well, how is this gonna transition well? Like, where is the song actually starting from? And what we also gotta do is duplicate this. We just need the inserts. This is not a dupe, it's just two. So now what we need to do is we need to take off the arpeggiation, I think. And then... Okay, yeah. That's where we are. I say we just hit record and see what happens. Yeah, wow, that was hot garbage. We're not doing that again. Also, why on earth did it just create a new one? Get rid of that. We don't need that. Here's my thought process. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm liking where this is going. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna save this, but it's not gonna be very... we probably won't use it. Hence why it's going over there. But, for the rest of this, it's gonna be like this. Yeah, okay. Now, we have a big problem on our hands. And I can hear it. Some of you might not be able to, depending on what you're listening on. And it partially involves what's happening right here. This problem right here. This is a little thing we like to call ear fatigue. Because it is rumbling so low that it is physically vibrating your ears. All this right here, not good. We don't want that. So we're going to get rid of it. But we also got to keep some of it around to keep that low end filled. If you could hear that, it is physically rumbling in your ears. And if you're listening to that for, let's say, approximately 20 minutes straight, you'll definitely be walking away from just... You'll be walking away very uncomfortable. It is wild what things can happen with music and the science of ears. Because now you can hear it. It's soloed. So we don't want that. We do not want that low rumble at all. Anything under, I'd say 50 hertz can just get lost. And look, see, this is the problem right here. This section is still playing, and you can't hear it because it is below 20 hertz. So 20 hertz is the maximum lowest that the human ear can hear. The highest being 20K, of course, which you can see on this beautiful visual spectrogram. We got 20 hertz all the way down there, and then 20,000 all the way up here. The maximum hearing range possible for human ears. The fact that whenever I play this synth, just for even a second, there's still something going on at less than 20 hertz is a problem. I don't know what it is about this one in particular. This synth is always giving me troubles with these low ends. So we gotta really wrangle it in. And there you go. It just shuts off. So what we're going to do, we're just going to do a little bit of this. Anything under 50 hertz can go. After that, we can just find some problem areas like this. And nothing really plays up here. Something right here is really starting to irk me. So we're just going to turn that down. Not that sharp. Hang on. Hold up. Not that sharp. That's actually really interesting to know about ear fatigue and all that. It is so interesting because sometimes people will just feel really tired of listening to something and they don't know why. Like, it's not a, oh, I'm bored. It's like an, oh, this is actually starting to hurt my ears. Which is a really cool, like, tidbit of information that not a whole lot of people know about. Because of what I do, and because of the school that I'm in my major, ear health is incredibly important. So that's why, whenever I go to concerts, I got these on me. Just regular earplugs. I use them whenever I can because, well, yeah, I need to keep my hearing in top pristine order. Maybe I should invest in earplugs for concerts. Not a good sign. My ears always ringing after. Yes, that is indeed not a good sign. Especially because after, I think, it's like an exponential graph for what the volume of music is and how much time you can withstand it. Let me take a look at that. I don't even know like how to. Not loudness equalization. How long can you listen? Can I like get a graph of this? Okay, perfect. Here's a graph. Well, okay, here's one graph. So this is, for example, okay, that's actually, I'm going to turn off the reference image for now so we can actually properly look at this. So this is like your typical noise. So here we are, just typical noise levels. This is a quiet bedroom, 30 to 40 decibels. One time I could barely tell how loud I was talking after because I was so close to the stage. My ears are always screwed up after. Yeah, it's very, because ear damage can be permanent. I don't want to like scare anyone by that fact, but like ear health is pretty important. Especially if you really love music. I wish there was okay. Noise dose. I believe this is a term that can be swapped out with ear fatigue. So we can see here just how quickly we can get. So 15 minutes of listening to something at 100 decibels. 100 decibels right here is just over power tools. It's right underneath a chainsaw, for example. An airplane taking off is around 130 decibels. So imagine hearing an airplane. Okay, here's a better graph, for example. So power tools, heavy construction machinery, that's in the 100 to 105 range. Concerts, depending on the ones you go to, will be upwards of, I want to say, I don't even know, like 150, 170 ish. It's kind of scary. That's why I always carry my earbuds with me. I went to a Pierce the Veil concert without these, and holy crap, I was having such a bad time after. Okay, I'm gonna get some earbuds. Yeah, I think really any sort of earplugs will do. Even okay, so I never leave the house without wireless earbuds. That's just who I am. I'm always listening to music, always listening to my own samples, and demos, as well as if someone sends me something to listen to, like music wise, I always have these on me. These also work as earplugs. Just don't play music through them, and they'll do fine at taking out like 65% of the noise. It's great. It's helped me, and yeah, but yeah, I went to a Pierce the Veil concert. I want to say it was December of 23, so about just over a year ago. And like I was really getting sharp pains in my ear just from listening to the music. I love Pierce the Veil's music, but holy crap, seeing them in concert, I needed earbuds. I wasn't even close to the stage at all, but holy crap, I needed them. Man. Okay. Another thing I really like to do, and this is just personally for me, is I love getting, or I guess the way I do it is I get a master fader, so it listens to every single track. I put one of these EQs on it, not to touch it, but just to see where the problem areas are. So if I play everything at once, like right here, I see where all those sounds are blending together. What's tanking? Obviously, there's a spot right here, for example, that is just really quiet, and a spot up here that's really loud. It's a That's just sort of a mixing tip that I use. I don't know where exactly I got it to put to put a visual EQ on a master. I don't actually EQ the master, but I find where the problem areas are. I 100% needed earbuds when I saw Green Day up close. Yeah, especially up at the barricades where the sound is the loudest, coming right from those speakers. It is probably one of like the loudest places you could be. So earbuds, ear earplugs, earbuds, anything really. Personally, it's vital to me and what I do. But I know also just to keep, if you want to keep enjoying it, you want to make sure that you still have all the ranges. Because I want to say maybe if you were to like listen to maybe like a concert that lasted like let's say 8 hours or something really egregious, I think your ears would be more like this. In all honesty, so let's see. Are we still on the master? Yeah. I think that's what it would sound like if you were. That's how damaging your ears can be. It can like completely throw everything off the way you hear it. I don't know why I keep saying earbuds. Well, but I would for sure keep buying earplugs too, probably now. Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me once, kind of. Exactly. Like, it's just, there's a reason for it. Um, at concerts, usually bass is one of the things that gets boosted the most. So obviously that's gonna be one of the first things that doesn't sound right, and then the overall loudness will just tank how you hear those higher frequencies. It's so interesting and so fascinating. I I don't say I wouldn't say I love ear health, but it's definitely something that's opened my eyes a lot. I felt like I had noise canceling headphones on when I had nothing on after the show. So really interesting to know about. It is. It's really fascinating, especially if because it doesn't just apply to musicians. It applies to people that listen to music as well. Because I mean, you want to keep listening to music. You want to keep hearing the full experience. Like it's like the same way like if you were training to be a dentist and you learn like what foods can actually do to your teeth and you're just like, I don't I don't want to eat junk food anymore. Same thing with like becoming an actual like practicing medicine doctor. You're like, oh, I actually don't want to like. It's like you just see the world a little differently after like having an eye-opening revelation. And I feel like not a lot of people talk about it. I had um I had a Twitch streamer that I would constantly watch. A music composer that actually got me into writing music, who was also pretty like I wouldn't say he was pretty big on like protecting your ears, but he also like said pretty much the same thing that I did, which is like when you go to college for music or for sound, the first thing they teach you is about ear health and how to make sure that your ears um stay like in good condition. I don't know. It's just so interesting. Okay, let's go back to the beginning. Yeah, that's still super loud. Let's make it dynamic. So I'm really trying to eliminate all that rumble in this. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a contributor. Okay, that actually sounds a lot better. To the point where you can even start bringing stuff up. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm liking the sound of that because it's not overly bearing, but it still keeps that rhythmic pulse at the very top here. I don't want to do that. I mean, I don't, but I was just a hypothetical what would happen. What's over here? Yeah. Just honing in on that sound, trying to make it stand out the best that they can. Alright, I think that's good for now. This instrument has its own problems. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to fight that specific frequency to bring it down. What we're going to do is we're going to make this one dynamic. We'll put this on so we can keep listening. That sounds a lot better. It sounds cleaner. Especially because when you get into those lower registers, everything just becomes really muddy and it just becomes a big hassle. Let's take a listen to this. This is a lot cleaner. Let's go and let's get a filter on this. Even though it is a bass and we want it to be low, we don't want it to be blasting out speakers and subwoofers. Which is why we just slightly taper it down a bit. Maybe give it a little bit of dynamic range so it can, like, breathe a little when it can. Alright, nothing's happening up here. Okay, perfect. I got an idea. I don't want a second master. That's not the idea. There's one instrument that I'm looking for. It's called Cave Drops. Basically, it just sounds exactly as it... It sounds exactly pretty much as the name suggests. Okay, that's one. I'm looking for another. Where is it? What would it be under? Noisescapes? Pad synths? No. Texturable soundscapes, I think. Well, that sounded cool. Man, I love these sounds. They just sound so ominous. I want to do more horror tracks. I might do a full horror album, in all honesty. I would love to just write just anything I wanted in a horror, like, in a dark tone. I think I totally do that and pull that off. That might be our Halloween release this year. I mean, I don't do Halloween releases, but I think I might prepare like a Halloween-esque release, and it's just like 10 tracks of just horror. I think that'd be really cool. Like that to me just screams sci-fi horror. I don't know what. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna go ahead and start auditioning stuff again. But we're just gonna be farting around with this basically. That is loud. Holy crap! A horror release would be so cool. I don't know what I would call it. It had to be something that aligned with the idea and the genre. But holy crap, that would be awesome. That'd be so cool to do a horror release. Like, ooh, all these texture based stuff is just giving me so many ideas for a horror based album. I would love to just go through these and just like pluck out like individual stuff, make something really cool in like maybe an hour or so, and then just throw it into the wind. Would be awesome. Like, man, I hear this, and I think of I think of an orphanage, and I'll explain why. There was this I forget when exactly it was released, but there's this children's toy called the Edison doll, made by, coincidentally, the technology of Thomas Edison. And what it was a prototype of those dolls where you could like pull the cord on the back, release it, and it would say something. It was, well, to say the least, the technology was very scrappy. Because after a decent bit of time, the wax cones that would ultimately like funnel the sound out so you could actually hear it began to warp. And when that happened, the audio began to warp, and it would just sound absolutely demonic. Let me see if I can find an example of this. Edison doll recording. Beautiful. I found one. Mind you, okay, also, this thing said prayers, mind you. It was creepy. Let me find a picture of one to go along with it. Perfect. Okay, we can all look at the nightmares together. So this is the Edison doll. And this was the sound it made after a decent bit of time. No, that shit's scary. It is. It is. It's great. These things said prayers, mind you. So when I'm hearing that and I'm running. So imagine this. I am at Game SoundCon. My first year going in 2023. And I hear about this game called the Outlast Trials. And I'm like, okay, cool. That sounds cool. The game composer's talking about how he made the music for the Outlast Trials. Well, it turns out there was a level in the Outlast Trials called the Orphanage. Guess what the composer used and infused into the background of the Orphanage? Yeah, no, that was That was a very scary thought process. Let's see if I can find a good picture of it without exposing the game, I guess. Because there is there's gore and also nudity, but I think this is fine. So the Atlas Trials is a really good game. I really enjoy playing the Atlas Trials. Still do in my off time, but this level called the Orphanage, very creepy, very ominous, and holy crap, hearing just the sound design of it and hearing those, like, you can, it's very distorted and it's very warped, but you can still hear parts of those dolls speaking. Holy crap, it is the worst thing in the world. It is actual nightmare fuel. But anyway, I digress. We're getting off topic. Point is, this sounds very similar. It sounds like something's talking. It sounds like something's in there trying to muffle out a word. You can't understand it, and that's why this makes good horror. It sounds natural. It sounds like something you're familiar with, but it's not. What else we got? Okay, that's pretty basic. What could the anguished cries sound like? I wonder. Okay, we're not going to get anything. Let's just play it. You know, I don't know what I expected. I honestly don't know what I expected, but it wasn't that. Okay. Ooh, that sounds nice. Interesting. Whoa, hang on. Something was in there. Okay, I don't see this in a horror track per se, but I don't see this in a. It's a very like specific niche, like subgenre of like instrumental music. It's just there in the background to create like noise, not necessarily to like grab your attention like in a interesting way, but just sort of like change something up a bit and be like, oh, okay, interesting. All right, give me 1 second, chat. I have to run to the bathroom, so I'm gonna go ahead and put on music once again. I will be back in a second. Alright, we are back. I also went to go swap out my shirt because I didn't know if my previous one was against Twitch TOS. So we're back in a shirt that doesn't bend so far down. I'm gonna get banned on Twitch for having my titties out. Oh, that's the funniest shit if that would happen. But also I'd be very upset. But also still be kind of funny. Exactly. Lord knows people will pay to see that, but holy crap, I'm not going to be doing that for free on Twitch. Okay, anyway, where were we? Just gonna evade that topic real quick. Okay. Also, hold up. Can we talk about the escape reaching 18,600 streams? Funny clip moment? No, please don't. Please don't clip it. I think this is a real big this is a real big achievement for me, and I've been sort of watching it on the side. I'm not entirely sure where everything else is. Town of Listern's at 16,000, so it's right behind it. Town of Listern, I ain't gonna lie, for some reason popped off. And it seems to be getting pushed really hard into people's radios. So the people that just use like Spotify radio. Town of Listern and The Escape, or I guess Town of Listern first, has been getting pushed hard ever since Worlds Beyond Our Own dropped. The Escape recently, like in the past like 8 months or so, has been getting pushed the same way. I haven't done anything. I swear I haven't done anything. But holy crap, I'm so happy that album is getting so much recognition, because it is really my best album to date. So much thought and like so much meticulous work put in. Even though I think I only spent maybe about 2 weeks max on it, it is still really good. Congrats, I'm really happy for you. Thank you so much, Apple. That really means a lot. I'm just really happy with where my music is, in terms of like it's getting like some traction. I went to a family I'm gonna say quote unquote family reunion yesterday. I drove 8 hours to get there, 8 hours to get back, something along those lines. I don't know. Depends on the traffic, really. I think it was like 4 hours to get back, actually. And of course, people ask me like what I'm doing, what I'm up to. And I was like, oh, I'm working on games at the moment. One of my uncles came up to me. He's like, hey, no, what you up to? And I was like, oh, writing music, making games, same old stuff. He was like, oh, cool. Any releases you got? I said, yeah, here, let me show you. And I pulled up my Spotify. He was like, dang, okay, 18,000. That was sort of a real moment where I was like, maybe this music thing will work after all. I'm still waiting for, and like I'm not trying to push this or anything, because last time I tried pushing that, we ran into a really big issue. But I'm still waiting for like the Sound of Games, I think, Message from Deep Space to reach 1,000. And I don't quite remember. Oh no, I do remember. Where on earth is it? Oh, it's an album. That's right. Last time I had something pushed was Champions of the Universe. And we got to 79,000 plays, streams, or whatever. Now, that might seem good, but it's not. See, I got flagged for this because I was telling people to listen to the album, and I guess some people just put this track on loop because it's like a minute long. And then they flagged my account for like bot listening. And I was like, no, that's not the case. That is definitely not the case. And if it is, I'm not in charge of it. Like, I'm not related to that. Then it happened again. It happened again on Writing to Write, I think. Right? What's this at? 5,000? They flagged this one as well even though it's only at 5,000. They flagged it for bot listening. And I was like, hold up a second. I didn't do that. Like, I am not in charge of this. Like, why are you coming at me for bot listening? Sure, you pay me for it, but ultimately, I'm not in charge. If this is actually happening, find the root of the problem. Find out, like, who's paying these bots to listen. Because it sure as hell ain't me. That's dumb that they flag stuff for that. I get why they do it, because obviously we get paid for streams. And some artists do actually bot stream, but I don't. I like I listen to my own music. Yes, I will admit that. I have two Spotify accounts. I have my main one here that I use for everything, pretty much, and I have a work account for my work computer. Because sometimes I need to listen to stuff in my own mix. So, like, if I set a playlist, like, I don't know, I have one somewhere around here of just my music. Like, let's say, like, this playlist, this is a Noah Rona. I would queue up a bunch of music like this, sneak my own, like, the unreleased stuff. So, like, the Deep Space OST, the Sound of Games Volume 4, the Broken Mirrors acoustic, stuff that hasn't been released yet. I just slip it in here, and I would see how it feels if I notice it, and if something sticks out. If something sticks out in the wrong way, then I make a note about it. So, like, for example, the Broken Mirrors acoustic. All of it's way too quiet. I found that out from listening through like this. Everything sounded great until you reached an acoustic track, in which case it was like 10 decibels quiet. And I was like, okay, I'll fix it. I make a note for that. So it's just stuff like that where I'm constantly listening to my own music. I know other people are listening to my music, which I'm very thankful for. I am extremely thankful for. I'm not sure what the situation is with, like, people botting, but it sure as hell ain't me. I am not in charge of botting. I just listen to my own music on repeat. And nowadays, not nearly as much. But, like, I understand where they're coming from, but I also think it's completely, like, pointing the finger at me, thinking that I'm the one behind this, even though I'm not. Like, you guys flagged my track for reasons I am not familiar of. Well, I am familiar with botting, but reasons that I am not connected to. Like, find out where that problem is first, and then blame me. Or not. Like, it's... Sorry, that's a whole tangent, because I'm, like, real upset with my publishers right now for that. It is bullshit. To the method, they need a better system for sure, because I get why they do it, but it also isn't always the artist's fault. Yeah, exactly. I'm, like, there's a good, like, maybe, I don't know, if I had to ballpark it, 6 out of 10 chance, 60% chance that it is the artist's fault. Especially small artists, like, but then we start getting into, like, stereotyping, like, small artists bought their channels. I'm like, no, they don't bot their listens. They work hard, they find people, and, like, it's just so upsetting. It's infuriating, but unfortunately, that's just... I don't know if I still have those flags on my system. I did, like, talk to them immediately after the first time they did it, and I was like, hey, like, this wasn't me. I told my friend, like, I told people to go listen to it, and they did this. While I technically did have a piece in it, they went way too far. Like, that was out of my hands. And I did it again with the Writing to Write, since I think that happened, maybe a month ago? And I haven't heard back from them. So I don't know if that's still flagged or anything. And the fact that, okay, I don't like sharing this, but I'm going to share the statistics of that particular song. Let's just, okay, so they flagged me in January. Let's just say we're going to go back to August. So between now and August of 2024. There's only one spike here, that just goes up to 1,000. I'm not gonna lie, that was probably me. I might have left my music running overnight. Other than that, there is nothing here that would cause any alarm. So I'm really confused as to what the problem is here. Maybe it's not on Spotify, but Spotify is like 90% of the stats for my entire music. I don't understand it. I truly don't. It is so. Oh, I just want to talk to somebody, and I just want to talk to somebody with power and get this all cleared up. There's no need for this. Absolutely no need whatsoever for all this chaos. Okay, let's get back to the music because we've not written anything really. What are we doing? Oh, that's right. We're auditioning instruments. I forgot. I like it. It's kind of cool. Holy crap. Okay, that's a little too much. I wanted to go back to the cave. I think it's called Cave Drops. No, what's it called? What should I drop? I'm looking for something. Oh, that's what it was called? Drop Springs? Okay, interesting. I like that. I think that'll work for what we're doing here and the vision we're trying to create. I forgot to put the reference image back up. There we go. That really fits well. Yeah, no, I can see that working really well. Obviously, we can't. It's not gonna do anything. Unless we put like an arpeggiation on it. It just sounds so stupid. Okay, I want to sort of figure out what everything does. Give me a second. Okay, no, turn off the arpeggiation. Okay. I'm going to turn that down a little bit more. I don't know. I'm messing around with ideas. I think, honestly, I'm not too mad about how it sounds. I think, if I think real hard, I think I could probably come up with something. Okay, my only problem with including this synth now, and I was just thinking about this. It's been sort of a lingering thought in the back of my mind, but with this synth in particular, we are getting very strong inside my world vibes because obviously this is how This is the same instrument that starts off the the soundtrack, basically. And I mean, in a way, they are somewhat like sonically similar, but I'm also trying to distinguish very. There's also like certain aspects of the music that just keep them separated. One being, where did it go? This one, this synth right here, uh, and just the overall tonality of it. I would say Inside My World is very light, very fluffy. I'm obviously trying to imitate that idea of imagination. But this track is more sci-fi based. It's obviously very synthy versus the nature, the more grounded sound of Inside My World. But I still don't want, because it's such a prominent sound. Hang on, I think. Which one is it? I gotta find out which one it is. It's gonna bother me. Is it Fear in Yourself? Fear in Yourself starts out the exact same way, and I hate it. I I just hate it. I don't want it to sound similar in the slightest. That's what I'm really worried about more than anything else. It's just that stuff is going to sound similar. Stuff is going to sound a little. Okay, let's. I'm going to stop rambling about it. We're actually going to do something. We're going to change it up. So, what do I like about this? Is the question. What is. Okay. Let's hear A. I like the air piano. Let's just start messing around with stuff. Let's start doing different combinations. Hmm. I don't want the. I don't think I want the cutoff moving. I like that. I'm liking the way that sounds because it's a little different, but we're still a little familiar. And also, I'm just really liking the overall sound of that. It reminds me of this little genre that I found called cleancore. I'm not gonna show it because it's probably copyrighted, but I recommend just looking up cleancore and just listening to it because it sounds like the physical embodiment of getting your mind and ears cleaned. It is so interesting. It just sounds like pure, clean water and soap just washing your brain out. I found it and I'm like, holy crap, I think I'm going to fall asleep to this. And I did. It is it is on rotation. So depending on what I need and depending on what I listen to, some nights will I will end it listening to cleancore because it's a goofy genre, but also it sounds really cool. Basically, it's just a bunch of like crystal sounds, um, and like just the embodiment how you would think like a squeaky clean room would sound. I'll definitely check that out. I highly recommend it. It's fun. It's like not. It. I wouldn't say it takes itself seriously, but it also like the people that write cleancore. I think okay. Nobody writes cleancore. It's just a genre that people decided to go with. Okay. Now the problem is we got to fight with the what's it called? The Waiting for the Horizon. Okay, now we run into our first problem. How are we gonna build a melody off this? So, this is not very melody friendly, but I am willing to work with it. Let's go to measure 19. Okay. I'm willing to move stuff around, so for example, this is all well and cool, but I'm thinking we go with a sus chord somewhere in here. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say we take this up to here. How's that sound? Well, that's cool. I actually really like the sounds of those chords. Okay. Alright, I've decided I'm no longer liking that sounding again. Let's see what else we got. Scrapyard. Oh, this is a perfect, like, dark ambient piano sound. Hmm. I kind of like it, but also it's not gonna really fit here. Try triangle. This isn't Among Us? No, it's not. I'm sorry, Tina. I don't know what you expected of me. Me, a music composer, writing music on Music Monday? Shocking. Well, that's interesting. Why did censor Mung? Sorry, sorry. I'm confused. Is that like a... Is that a slur? What is... Why did the audio... Why did the auto mod catch that? Among Us Monday is pretty funny, though. It is? Uh-oh. It's fine, it's fine. We're talking about Mogus. This is my formal apology. Good. Glad you're apologizing, Tina. Make sure you, make sure you sit down... Or no, make sure you hit record. Then sit down in front of a camera and say... I have made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. Also, make sure you have your dog with you. Apparently that makes people forgive you easier. Don't forget a ukulele. That too. That too. We need a ukulele in your apology. Defending the actions that you've done. Not apologizing, but defending. Let me hear this in context with everything again. What? Oh. Has this been off? The whole time? Now record your apology for being associated with me. Guys. I'm sorry, I've been thinking of the words to say for a really long time now, but this is really hard for me, but I cannot associate with Twitch.tv/Teeners anymore. Sorry, I can't keep a straight face. Crazy clips. No, bro, you can't clip me out of context like that. So my mom... Please do. With like the weird ass music playing in the background. That'd be hilarious. You know what? Better yet, send that to management. Let them know what you did. Both of our asses will be on the line if that goes to management. Whoa, ah. What could whoa, ah sound like? Well, it certainly is wobbling. Whoa, 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 whoa. In all honesty, I think I'm just liking the piano. I think we've been trying to search for the wrong thing. We've been like trying to go above and beyond. But I think something just more simpler might actually fit really well. Oh, thank you for clipping that, Tina. And sending it to my DMs. Yeah, okay, I'm actually liking that quite a bit. I'm liking the way that's sounding, because it also sounds somewhat like vocals. Actually, okay, hang on. That brings up another good point. We are missing vocals, which is actually pretty common in this soundtrack. Let's see what we can find. Human voices. There's one that I actually like. Because some of these are absolute trash. Like that, for example. We're just going to start doing some crazy stuff right now. Why is that? Okay, that should be at the top of the list. I don't know why that's not. Holy crap. Don't scare me like that. Okay, I'm looking for. Is it the swells, maybe? Maybe it's that. Hang on. My bad, that's moving one line at a time. Up one more. Let's try it. Nah, it's fine where it is. Okay, let's say that again from the beginning. Wait for everything to die down. Perfect. Whoa, okay, stop. Whoa, hang on. Let's just take a minute, take a minute to breathe for a second. Because holy crap, it is. We are reaching that point of ear fatigue right now. So, how long have we been streaming? 2.5 hours? Okay. I'm still down to keep going, honestly. This is probably one of the few times we'll actually get a music stream over 2.5 hours. Because as I said before, these streams are draining, but right now I think I have enough energy to keep going. How on earth I have enough energy to keep streaming for 2.5 hours plus after working um during holiday rush at work? No idea. Absolutely no idea. I think I'm more just kicking myself in the butt because because we have done barely anything right now. And I'm trying to actually like make it seem worthwhile. It's fine. We've actually done a lot more than I was expecting. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. The baseline, not a good idea for what the chords actually sound like. We've got a lot of inversions in here, and just playing the bass line without the chords is giving you false. uh, what just? What did I do? I had a brain fart. Um, Playing the bass line without the chords is giving you a completely different sense of like how the chords are supposed to sound. So I think we're gonna refrain from doing chord. We're gonna refrain from doing bass lines by themselves because they are not giving a good image of what it's supposed to sound like. Because that's a really nice, that's a really good contrasting chord. But man, that bass line, while it works, it's not making sense on its own. So we're really trying to push that. We're really trying to push that idea. For now, though, what am I thinking I want to lead with? Maybe this? But something smaller, something simpler. So I think first off, we're going to get rid of this. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. Because it is getting pretty. What's the word? I want to say it's starting to drift off a little from the idea. I don't want to say it's getting pretty far off, but it's starting to drift off a little from the anchor points. And I don't know if we want to do that or if we want to stay, like, specifically to the line. Which would mean taking out this really interesting instrument here in favor of something closer. I'm sure we could probably find something closer, but I don't really want to because I like the way that it sounds. But also, this just sounds way too. Like, these chords alone aren't really doing it for me. So we need to figure out exactly what we're going to do melodically wise that's going to help carry this section over. Especially going from very heavy bass to no bass at all is kind of an issue. I've got an idea. I've got an idea. This is one that I said I wasn't going to do, but we're doing it anyways. Perfect. So what we're going to do, we're going to commit this. Perfect. Gonna line it up. We are going to, first off, take all this tail off. Just leave it there. Duplicate this. We're gonna reverse it. Perfect. It's gonna look a little something like this. Yeah, something like that. Come on, move forward just a tiny bit. Okay, there we go. That sounds pretty good. Because that also brings in an idea that comes in the track directly after. Let's see. Needs a little bit more of an emphasis. So let's go ahead and get another sample in here. This one is one I made. More correctly, I repurposed. Something like that. Okay. Let's get some reverb on it, make it sound a little bit more cohesive. Needs to be Cathedral. Turn the mix down. I'm not liking that one all the way up there. Alright, let's try that. Nice. Okay. I'm liking how this is turning out. I think I need to sit on it though. Cause okay, the problem with writing stuff in all in one night is that you don't really have time to think about where you're gonna take it. So I think I'm gonna have to leave this here. Um, I would love to keep continuing working on this, but I think I need. We've been going for almost 3 hours. I think right now is when I need to start detoxing myself, especially because I've been working on stuff before stream, not related to this. So, I don't know. Do I want to keep working on this, or do I want to maybe switch projects? I need to think very quickly. And better think about it fast before I make up my mind. I don't know. Oh, my bad. Smacked my mic. Is there anything else that I'm working on at the moment that I can share? Not okay. Not really. Let me see. Let me scan my files and see if there's something I haven't shared yet. Um. Yeah, no, everything's either been um talked about or I cannot share yet. So, okay. I guess I'm going to share one thing. Um it is confirmed. I am going to be handing off Finding Yourself to someone else for mixing and mastering, as well as I'm going to be re-recording the vocals, but not in this room. I think I've decided I'm pretty locked in on that idea. I'm going to be recording in studio, and then I'm going to be getting some help from someone in studio. Hopefully, I can share after that what it's going to sound like. But in all honesty, I don't know how long it's going to take, and I don't know. I can't rely on it being done quickly because, well, ultimately, I'm not the one in. I'm not the one in charge. But I'm hoping that from doing this, I can learn. I can get the necessary information to finish up this goddamn album that we've been working on for a year now at this point. It's pretty nuts. And it's really well, it's really cool. It is really cool. This is the first time that I've handed off my work to someone else. I'm gonna go ahead and snooze ads. Oh no, never mind. They're going right now. That was poor timing. I am sorry to those cotton ads. Um, but I think I've reached my end in terms of what I know and what I'm able to learn. So I figured I'd hand off to someone who does know and can continue uh, the work and can show me. So yeah, that's gonna be exciting. That's in the works. I think we're gonna go ahead and end here. Um, Let me think. Friday, no, not Friday. Wednesday, probably lunchbox again. Yeah, yeah, probably lunchbox. I think Bug came to me with what we're gonna be doing for the next stream. And I think it was involving ancient cities. Something along those lines. But yeah, we're gonna go raid. Okay, who do we want to raid right now? We've got a ton of people who are live, which is really good. Always a good problem. Well, I'm having people who you can raid. Um, okay. I think I'm gonna be sending you guys over to MacGyver once again. Because MacGyver's currently doing some art. And it's always a pleasure watching Mac paint. I'm constantly hanging over there, and I'm constantly sharing new things over on her channel for Art Talks on Mondays. I think she just wrapped hers up. Usually I don't go this late. I would have been streaming in the middle of her showing off Chat's art, but for now, I guess that's what we're gonna have to end. She's currently doing her own art stuff right now, so I will be chilling, and lurking for a little bit. I need to go eat because I have not eaten. Holy crap! I have not eaten anything pretty much all day. I think the most I've had is maybe a slice of pizza or two. So I need to go rectify that. Thank you everyone so much for tuning in, but unfortunately I got to, so I'll catch you all later. Bye bye.